Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to RWM Finance. My name is Weston McKinley, and we're trying to help everybody achieve financial freedom here at RWM Finance. So today, what we're going to be talking about is another side hustle idea, and that is flipping and investing in sports cards. If you were like me whenever you were little, you just collected sports cards, you just kind of almost fell in love with them, and it was just every time you went to Target, every time you went to Walmart, every time you just went to a store, it was like you were coming home with another pack of sports cards, another pack of baseball cards, basketball cards, football cards, whichever ones, but it was like every time you went out, you came back with another pack. Funny thing is that my dad also happened to be a collector, and so he basically passed down his collection that he had whenever he was a kid to me, and that was just like it almost increased the fascination with the sports cards, because I had mine that I was working on, that I was collecting, and then I had his that he had collected. So it was like two eras of cards that it was just so neat to see. But my grandma was the one that first got me into selling cards. She would buy these boxes, like huge boxes of cards, like I don't even know how many would be in there, hundreds, and she would go through and she would like repack them into smaller packs and sell them for like 50 cents or $1 for a pack. So every time that I would go see her, I would help her sift through the cards and then help repackage some of them, that way she could sell, after keeping some of the ones that I really liked. This fascination with cards probably lasted up until probably about middle school, whenever I would say that other things like playing baseball took priority over, looking at the cards. But in the process of learning about garage sailing and flipping items and selling them on eBay, I kept seeing these videos on YouTube about, flipping and investing in sports cards. And, I kept seeing them every time I'd watch these garage sale videos, and, I was trying to focus on that. And after a while, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch one and see what happens. And I started out watching a Gary Vee video over sports cards. I think it was like an hour or two long video, and I don't know how I was able to just sit there and watch a 2 hour long video of just sports cards. But it was like once I started, it was like that fascination with cards, they came back. And that video just made me want to go and see like what my collection, my dad's collection, what all of it was worth. And I was so intrigued in trying to get started with this, that I just kept watching videos, basically the same thing that I did with the garage sailing videos, and just kept trying to like gain knowledge about this. So after doing more research, I found out the majority of my collection was not worth much. However, I did learn about the cards to look for, the different brands of cards, whether to get them graded, whether to not get them graded, and even which grading companies to buy from if you're looking to buy them off eBay. And I'm just barely scratching the surface a little bit with all that, and there's so much more information out there for you to learn and for me to learn that I want to keep learning about. So as of now, I have bought 3 pristine mint 10 graded LaMelo Ball cards. And my plan is to try and sell these around the NBA draft, because I know that LaMelo, there's a lot of hype built up around him because he's a Ball brother, and he's really good. So he'll probably be a top 5 draft pick. And so I figured that if I bought the cards now, whenever nobody's really talking about it, there's other things that are on their mind, then during the draft, once all that hype builds up, his card prices will they'll go up a little bit. So hopefully I'll be able to sell them for a little bit more money. So I'm treating them like an investment. This is kind of why I wanted. This is why I wanted to tell y'all about this, because I'm treating it like an investment. I'm buying it now, and with the hope, or kind of with the knowledge, that it'll go up in the future. Individually, these cards have been going for, they've been going for $17 a piece. So just one of these has been going for $17. But I got all 3 for $40 total. So like I said, I'm hoping to make my money back on the cards, if not even a little bit more. It was $40, and $40 kind of sounds like it kind of sounds like a lot to some people maybe, but I'd say if I don't make my money back, it's not like I didn't learn something. Like, I didn't learn something out of the whole process. So I'm not saying to just go out and start buying a bunch of cards. Don't do that. Don't do that. as with anything, as with any investment, you want to go and do your research on it before you actually jump in and get started on it. Like I said, Gary Vee he had a video over cards, and I'll put the link down into the description bar for y'all to go watch it if y'all would like to. And it was one of the first videos I watched over cards, and he said that he suggested to put like 40 to 50 hours of research in before you actually jump in and get started. And that's because there's so much that goes into this flipping / investing in sports cards, and you can lose a lot of money if you're not smart with it. But it's the same with investing, you know, it's only risky if you don't know what you're doing. So like some ideas, there's like some strategies is that you can try and buy rookies that are playing right now whenever their cards are kind of unknown, whenever their name is unknown, and you can hope that their value goes up because they start playing well. And that strategy kind of has a more risk reward gain, I guess, because one, the rookie could they could do fantastic and their card price could go crazy, or they could be like a one and done, or they could get hurt and then they're basically just not the same, never heard of really again. And so that's kind of like what happened with Derrick Rose. He was phenomenal, he was outstanding, and then he got hurt and hadn't really been quite the same ever since. But rookies offer the greatest reward usually, because if you hit right with them, then card prices are going to jump. But there's a lot of risk that goes along with that. Or you could get into older guys, older veteran guys that are retired, or guys that are Hall of Famers. These guys' cards offer a slower growth, and it's not going to jump up. You're not going to see it go up like you would a rookie's card. So you're not going to see a major spike, but then again, you're also not going to see a major drop. So that's kind of a safer investment. And Gary Vee's video, he suggests going more with a 80-20%. So you go 80% into like the veteran Hall of Famer guys, and then 20% you can play around with some rookies cards and see how that goes. But then there's another strategy that's like these guys that are in the middle that you could look into, and their cards, their prices are pretty set. They're not gonna go up or down really crazy, or they're not gonna drop really crazy. So you're not gonna see much of a risk with them, But these are kind of guys that have not much downside. Like if they were to lose, or if they were to get hurt, really they're not gonna fall very much. But say that they go and win a Super Bowl again, or say that they go and win a World Series again, and that would cause their card price to jump very, very, pretty good bit. Like Drew Brees is an example that I'm thinking of, because he's only won one Super Bowl, and he's pretty old. He's definitely a Hall of Fame quarterback. So once he retires, he's definitely going into the Hall of Fame, but his card price probably isn't really going to fall very much, because he's kind of already set the standard. He's broken records, but he's only got one Super Bowl. So say he were to go back and win another one, his card price is just going to go skyrocket. So those are just like some types of players, and a kind of strategy that you could use if you're wanting to kind of look into get into investing or flipping the sports cards. But you got to think about, there's multiple different sports. You got the major 5 sports, I guess. You got NBA, MLB, NFL, soccer, and then hockey. And there's different card brands that produce sports cards for each of those sports. Panini is more with the football and the basketball, and then Topps is with the MLB. I think Upper Decks with NHL, and soccer is kind of up in the air. I'm not really sure about soccer. And then, like I said, there's different patterns to look into. It's just, there's a lot that goes into it, and like Gary Vee suggested, putting 40-50 hours of research in before you actually jump in and start buying cards. But I'd suggest, like with the eBay stuff, instead of going out and buying a bunch of stuff to list on eBay, go through your own collection, go through your own stuff. If your grandparents have cards or something, like your grandma has cards that she just has, go through those. Or if you have cards that you have that have been sitting in your closet for years, or under your bed for years, and boxes and binders and stuff like that you just don't use, then look through them, see which cards are valuable, and try and sell them. Right now, I got a whole bag of cards that are listed on the eBay store, and I've actually sold 2, so I'm shipping those out today, and we'll see how it goes. Just kind of seeing how it goes. It's fun to go through those cards again and see the cards that I picked out whenever I was 10, 12, and now it's kind of like, wow, I did a pretty good job. I just thought they were cool back then, but now, it's actually like they were worth something. But if you aren't passionate about sports or anything like that, then, there's also Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or there's different cards out there that you can look into. Like, I wasn't a big Pokemon card collector or anything like that, but I know plenty of people that were. Those are cards that, they're trading too. It's not just like sports cards. Pokemon cards. There's other cards out there. So if you're not passionate about sports, you can still get into this, as well. So if you're not passionate about sports, I wouldn't really suggest like trying to look into sports cards. For me, I just have a general, fascination, passion about sports. I played basketball, played football, didn't play hockey, but I always thought it was cool. And then I played baseball in college, so I even played soccer when I was a kid. It was just I just enjoyed playing sports. So looking at the cards, it's fun for me, and to think that you can make some money off of them, it's even more fun. Say a guy hits 2 home runs, or a guy drops 30 points in basketball in the playoffs. I know the playoffs are going on right now in the bubble, or football's about to start, and I got a Deshaun Watson rookie card that I haven't listed yet because I kind of was wanting to play it smart and list it once football season starts, because say he throws 4 touchdown passes in a game, or say he rushes for 3 touchdowns in a game, his card price is going to jump. So I wanted to wait with this card, and I'm kind of excited about this one, see how this one goes. But that's the thing, like it's almost a little bit like fantasy sports, but I feel like there's more potential to grow and like gain some profits in this one, because with Deshaun, say he throws 4 touchdown passes, I don't know how many points. I think it's like 6 points per touchdown in fantasy, so you'd get like 24 points in that if you were to throw 6. But say that this card, I think this card's like worth like $5, $6. I might be wrong, but he throws those touchdown passes, and then his card jumps to $100, and dang, you made $95. That, I don't know how big the pot is for a lot of people in the fantasy sports, but I think this type of investment, I feel like, is something. Right now, it's the market is growing a lot, but I don't know. You start buying these cards of players that you don't really know about, and it's almost like you're not really. I haven't really necessarily been a huge basketball fan, but you buy a card of a guy, and it's almost like you're tuning in to every game so you can watch your investments and see if they're doing well. It's like fantasy sports, you want to see if a guy on your team is doing well. So, it'll get you tuned in to watching more sports, and for me, that's great. I like watching sports, but like I said, if you're not very passionate about sports, then it's probably not for you. But there's so much stuff out there to learn, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into this type of like trading or investment or flipping. So make sure to do your research before you just jump right in, because you can lose a lot of money with it. But if you do get started, let me know how it goes. Let me know what cards you're buying. I'll tell you what cards I'm buying, and we'll just kind of see what's happening. I've really found to enjoy this, so I hope that y'all find to enjoy it too. Well guys, thank y'all for watching. If you liked the video, please scroll down, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel below. Make sure to check out the list of books in the description bar. Also, if you have any suggestions or comments or questions, leave those down in the comment section. I read everything, so I'll get back to you on that. So just feel free to leave whatever you want. And remember guys, I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure to tune back in for the next one. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.